Hello students, factors influencing preferential discharge of ions. So now to understand this topic, we have to first understand electrochemical series. Now in the previous video we have understood the electrolysis of molten sodium chloride and molten lead bromide. In that case there is one cation and one anion. But now suppose if there are two cations and two anions competing, which one will get discharged? So how will we know? So to understand that, we have to understand first electrochemical series. So for this, we know the activity series of metal. There is only one change in the position of calcium and sodium. So this is the activity series of metals. The one which are placed above in the activity series are more reactive. The one which are placed below in the activity series are less reactive. So now let us understand this. Let us take potassium and silver. Let us take these two metals. So we know that potassium is more reactive than silver. So if these two are reacting and suppose they are reacting with chlorine or combining with chlorine, which one will easily lose electron? So obviously potassium being highly reactive will lose electron very fast and easily, and it will form potassium ion, right? And silver will take some time or it will lose electron with more difficulty, right? So it loses electron but with difficulty. It will form silver ion. Now what happens over here is the metal which will lose electron more easily and form cation will not easily gain electron, right? Suppose now here potassium is has lost electron and it is combining with chlorine and forming potassium chloride compound, but the bond between them is very strong. Now what if we want to break the bond? It will not easily break the bond and potassium ion will not convert back easily or reduce back easily into neutral atom. So it will take a lot of time to gain electron, right? And in this case, if silver is combining with chlorine, silver will not easily react, and if it will react, the bond is not strong, the bond is weak between this, right? So easily silver will get reduced. So silver ion will easily get reduced, easily will gain electron, easily gain electron, right? And potassium ion will not easily gain electron, not easily gain electron, right? So here potassium has to convert it, potassium ion has to convert back into potassium will take lot of time or with more difficulty it will gain electron to become K. But silver ion will easily gain electron and will become silver, right? So here to understand this, this activity series of this cation, the one which are at the bottom in the activity series or the electrochemical series will easily gain electron. So when we are moving down here with increasing age of reduction is taking place, right? So here the one which are above will not discharge here, will not discharge easily. So discharge with most difficulty. Okay, and here these will discharge, the one which are at the bottom, the cations which are at the bottom will discharge most easily. So for example, let us take one example over here, electrolysis of aqueous sodium chloride. Aqueous sodium chloride we want to perform, okay? And the cations present over here are sodium ion and chloride ion, right? And aqueous it is there, so water is also present, and here H plus ion and OH minus. So there are two cations which are competing and two anions are competing. Which one will get discharged first, right? That we have to understand. So sodium ion and H plus ion, see here sodium ion is above and H plus is below. So the one which is lower in the activity or this electrochemical series will easily get discharged. So here H plus ion will get discharged, not Na plus ions, right? Now let us take another this anion series to understand. So anion series is this is the series, all of you, and to remember this series there is a mnemonic: O I am brilliant, clever, not stupid. Once again I am repeating: O I am brilliant, clever, not stupid. This is the mnemonic to remember this anion series, right? Now in this, to understand this anion series, let us take the series of halogen: fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. If I ask you which one is most reactive among them, so here fluorine is most reactive. So which one will easily gain electron? Fluorine will easily gain electron. Why? Because it is smaller and having high ENF, right? And iodine will take lot of time because atomic size of iodine is more and less ENF, so to convert it into iodide. Now look at this, these are the ions here. So which anion will now oxidize first? So out of these two, which one will oxidize first? So here this will not easily gain electrons. Obviously this ion will lose electron. So iodide over here will easily lose electron to become iodine, right? So this is what here fluoride ion will also not easily lose electron to become fluorine. So in short, here the one which will easily gain electron will not lose electron faster. So here this is not easily gaining electron. Iodine will easily not gain electron because the size of the iodine is bigger, okay, and ENF is very less. So iodide ion will easily lose electron. So in this series, what will happen when you are moving down the series? Here what happens is increasing age of oxidation is taking place, increasing age of oxidation. So the one which are at the bottom will easily lose electron. The anion which are present at the bottom will easily lose electron. So here the one which are above will discharge with most difficulty, and the one which are at the bottom will discharge most easily, right? So here the one here when these are the general rules. When there are two cations competing for the cathode, the one which are lower in the electrochemical series will get discharged, and when there are two anions competing for the anode, the one which is at the lower in the electrochemical series will get discharged. Okay, so this is what we have to remember. Now on the basis of this, we have to understand the three factors. So the three factors are relative position of ion in the electrochemical series. That is what we have understood. The one which is lower, okay, in the series will easily get liberated. So the lower the position of the ion in the electrochemical series, greater the tendency to be liberated at the electrode, right? So this is what we have to remember. Now to understand this, let us take the example over here. So for example, electrolysis of, let us take the electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate. Okay, so in aqueous copper sulfate, let us understand the ions present. So when dissociation takes place, we'll have cupric ion and sulfate ions present in it. And here in water is also there, aqueous solution we are saying, so H plus ion and OH minus ions are also there. Now which one will get discharged? This is relative position of ion. So in this we will see which one will get discharged. There are two cations competing, copper ions and hydrogen ions. So hydrogen ions and copper ions are here. Copper is below. So at, we'll say at cathode, copper ions will get discharged. And here these two anions are competing. So which one will get discharged? So OH minus ions are lower and it will easily get oxidized. So at anode, hydroxyl ions will get discharged, OS minus ions. So these ions will get discharged, right? So have you understood this factor? Lower the relative position of ion in the electrochemical series. So the one which is lower in the series will get discharged. Now the second factor is concentration of ions in the electrolyte. So here, higher the concentration of ion, greater the probability of being discharged at the respective electrodes. So here, higher the concentration, greater the probability of it being discharged. Now to understand this, let us take the example here. For example, we are taking concentrated electrolysis. We will take example electrolysis of concentrated HCl. So if concentrated HCl is there, means acid is more and water is less. So HCl on dissociation will give H plus ions and chloride ions, and less water is there, so it will have H plus ions and OH minus ions. Now out of these, which ion will get discharged? So let us understand cations. There is no question that there is same type of cations, both cations are H plus only. So H plus ions will get discharged, but at anode which ions will get discharged here? So in this case, chloride ions will move towards anode or hydroxyl. According to electrochemical series, hydroxyl ion should get discharged, but it is concentration of ions is more. So here, higher the concentration of chloride ions is more. So the concentration of chloride, so chloride ions are more, so chloride ions will get discharged. So here H plus and here chloride ions will get discharged, right? Now let us take one more example over here, electrolysis of concentrated sodium chloride. We also call it as brine solution, if you remember. So concentrated sodium chloride over here, right? Now which, let us see the ions present in this. If concentrated NaCl will get dissociated, then Na plus and Cl minus ions are there, and very little amount of water is there because it is concentrated, so H plus and OH minus ions are there. Now among these two cations, which cation will get discharged? See, although sodium is above H plus in the electrochemical series, but the concentration of Na plus ions are more, so Na plus ions will get discharged at cathode. Now among these two, actually OH minus ion should get discharged, but the concentration, here we are talking about concentration, so concentration of chloride ions are more, so chloride ions will get discharged at anode. So you are not getting over here OH minus ions, right? So this is the concentration of ions in the electrolyte. Now the third factor is nature of the electrode. So there are two types of electrodes, inert electrodes and active electrodes. Inert electrodes in this examples are graphite and platinum. Graphite and platinum, they do not take part in the electrolytic reaction. And active electrode, copper, nickel and silver, if these type of electrodes are there, then they take part in electrolytic reaction. So let us understand by taking example over here. We will take, for example, we are taking electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate. Now electrolysis of aqueous copper sulfate with platinum, that is inert electrode, okay, with platinum electrode, okay, and here second one with here copper, that is active electrode. So copper electrodes are there in one case, and in another case platinum electrodes are there, inert and active. Now let us understand the this, okay, electrolysis. So what type of ions are present? If you are talking about here, copper sulfate will dissociate into copper ions and sulfate ions, right? And if here aqueous solution, so water is present, H plus ions and OH minus ions are there, right? In this case also same ions will be there. Aqueous copper sulfate means here we have copper ions and sulfate ions are there, right? And here water, aqueous solution, so H plus and OH minus ions. Now in this case, let us understand copper ions and H plus ions. There are two cations which are competing. So what happens at cathode, which ions will get discharged? Obviously the one which are below, so copper ions will get discharged over here, right? And in this case here at anode, what will happen? Reaction at anode, anode, what happens, which one is lower in the activity series? OH minus ions. So OH minus ions will get discharged. So what happens, this OH minus ions will lose electron and become OH. One OH is not stable, 4 OH will combine to form 2 water molecules and oxygen. So here oxygen gas is the product formed over here. Now in this case, what happens over here, again 2 cations are there. Which one will get discharged at cathode? So obviously copper ions, which are lower in the series, will get discharged. But at anode, what is happening, that we have to understand. Okay, at anode, out of these two, which one will get discharged? OH minus should get discharged. Okay, because it is below in the in the electrochemical series, right? But anode is made up of copper. Okay, here these cations will move towards cathode and these anions will move towards anode. So here, out of these two, which one will lose electron faster? So we know that metals lose electron faster. So out of these two, copper, which is made up of, this anode is made up of copper is taking part in the reaction, active electrode will lose 2 electron and copper ions will come in the electrolyte, and copper ions are the product here at anode, and here oxygen gas is the product. So have you understood? If it is active electrode, the electrode itself will take part in the reaction, right? So these are the 3 factors which help us to understand which ions will get discharged at the respective electrodes. Thank you, students.